애리조나 주립대학의 피터리 박사님을 모시겠습니다. 미국의 국회의원 테러를 입은 국회의원을 극적으로 살려서 전 세계적으로 유명해진 외상수술센터시죠. 그래서 미국 중증외상 현황 및 중증외상 이슈에 대해서 발표하시겠습니다.
Thank you so much for the invitation here today. I'll try to do this as much as I can in Korean or speak slowly in English. I come from Arizona, and for many people here who haven't been to Arizona, I'll explain a little bit about why I'm here and where I come from, because I know that's probably more of a curiosity than how we actually do trauma. So Arizona is in the corner of the southwest of the United States, and if you look closely at where I'm from, I'm in Tucson, Arizona, way down in south. But even though we're further south, we're higher elevation in the mountains, so it's a little bit cooler than Phoenix. Phoenix is the capital of Arizona. It has about 3.5 million people, and Tucson has 1 million people here. But because we're the only trauma center down here, we actually cover about 1.5 million in southern Arizona. Now, there's another small city, about 200,000 to 300,000 people in Flagstaff, and that's where the Grand Canyon is. It's a beautiful area up there, and this is down in Tucson, and it's a small city itself, but we're very spread out. And this is my family, my wife and my 2 children. I don't know why he's so tall, but it's interesting that I never thought in my entire life that this is the kind of lifestyle that I would live. We just bought 2 horses. My wife, this is our Christmas card picture, and she calls this 16 eyes, because we have 2 dogs and 2 horses, and if you count all the eyes, it's 16 eyes. But it's a beautiful place, and I really like it there a lot. And I'm there at the university. Now, it's quite a different form of living than here in Korea. And my house is about 6,000 square feet. I have a 5-car garage. I have 4 acres there. So it's quite a different type of experience. And we have a lot of land over there. And obviously not as much as the Grand Canyon here. But, again, that's in the northern portion of it. But the weather in the northern part of Arizona can get quite cold. But if you go down south, even at my house, last year we actually got a little bit of snow. This is my little daughter, and she was playing in the snow last year. So when I was in Korea, this was me, way over here. Let's see what happened here. Down here, and I left when I was 5 years old. 5살 때 내가 아프리카 먼지 갔었어요. 내 아버지도 기사니까요. 그래서 우리 미국에 가서 우리는 내 엄마하고 I have 2 older brothers. 그치만 내가 college 끝난 다음에 나는 해병 조이닝 했어요. 하고 내 older brother는 Marine Corps 있었고 하고 my oldest brother는 그냥 businessman이었어요. 그래서 나는 해병에 있었지만은 내가 brother가 Marine Corps니까 나도 Marine Corps 많이 도와줬어요. 이거는 Navy에서는 그냥 sea time 많이 하지만은 해군, the Navy. 그렇지만 when I was in the military, I did a lot of interesting things, including going to China with the president. And there's many things that we get to do that is non-physician oriented, but obviously because of the fact that we're dealing with wartime, most of the things I did was land-based. So this was in Afghanistan. I've been to Afghanistan. I've also been to Iraq. There's military surgery there, battlefield surgery. sorry, you're shooting right now. Okay, this is this is an amputation guy coming in the back. I don't think you can see that in the back, so I'll just go through this a little faster. But we did battlefield medicine in the dirt. And that's the trauma system that we had in Iraq on the dirt. So it wasn't the most sophisticated, but I had an opportunity to do trauma in all aspects of the United States. This is in Los Angeles, okay? So after I came back from Afghanistan, the military, the United States military, has very little expertise and experience in trauma. Only recently we've had a war, so most of the physicians have no experience in trauma. So what I did was I went to a trauma center in Los Angeles to teach trauma to the military so they would have some experience before they go to the war. Because there was a lot of shootings and a lot of car accidents in Los Angeles. So the teams of doctors that we would send out to the war had no experience before they got to the war. So we thought it was very important that someone teach them this. We would have people that were in the Navy for 30 years, but they had never seen a single gunshot wound in their entire life. So that's the reason that I lived in Los Angeles, to train and teach them there. And the reason is because, you know, when you go out there for the first time, if you don't know what you're doing, and then you can actually obviously kill many people. So eventually, this is my brother. I'm in the Navy. He's in the Marine Corps. Okay, so this is him in the Marine Corps. We're the same rank. He was a colonel, and I was the Navy equivalent of the colonel. But eventually, I got out of the United States Navy about 5 years ago. I retired after 24 years in the Navy. And this is where I now work at the University of Arizona. So here, I went and chose this program because of these things. They have obviously medical students that we can train, and we can do research there as well, which is a very important part of my life. And when I got there, this was in the front pages of the newspaper, that the trauma center was in critical condition and it was in a catastrophic circumstance. So you might assume that everywhere in the United States that we have a very good trauma system, but like in Korea, there are some parts that are not as good as others. So I went there to start a new program there and build a trauma center.
It's a new day for trauma care in southern Arizona. After years of planning and construction, the new expanded Level 1 Trauma Center and Emergency Department at University Medical Center is open. The trauma center is equipped to care for an increasing number of patients.
The new trauma center is over double the size of our former trauma center. We have a dedicated pediatric area for pediatric patients, so there's a separate peds ED.
We have a trauma surgeon in the hospital 24 hours a day, every single day. And we can also provide all the subspecialty care. Everything from neurosurgery, head and neck surgery, spine surgery, orthopedic surgery, cardiothoracic surgery. All of those people are waiting for us to give us service anytime we need their assistance. So what is the difference between trauma and emergency medicine? And this is the same kind of questions I actually get asked by people in my city who aren't physicians. So for a trauma center, we'll take care of people who are in car accidents, motorcycle accidents, falls. ATV is one of those machines with 4 wheels. We have many of those accidents every year. You know, and guns and knives. Now, one thing that we also see is a lot of horse accidents, people that are hurt by riding horses. And versus the other side, which is medical, things such as heart attacks and strokes, asthma, meningitis. So if you have injuries, then you'll come to our hospital and you'll go to one area where we do nothing but trauma. And if you don't have that, then you'll go to the emergency department.